welcome back to Carp Vlog TV. You join me on a 48-hour session. We're down at Nash Lakes in Royston. We set up in the rain, but the rods are all out on the money. So yeah, the weather's meant to turn for the better, so maybe we better get the zigs out. Maybe even do a bit on the top. But I'll flick you around, show you the swim. There's the swim. Swims are nice down here, especially this one. This one's called Little Bay. You sort of get it all to yourself. No one else can disturb your water. I suppose if they're not in here, they're not in here, but we're hoping they are. So we've got one just off this reed bed out here on a solid. And then we've got one round this corner. I'll show you that later. There's a nice bay down there, whilst it's raining at the moment. And then we've got the other one, the right hand rod, literally is just in the margin, just on the tip of the rod. It's quite deep in here, it's around 20 foot in the middle. The margins are about 14, 15 foot. So yeah, it's quite a deep lake. Just imagine the zigs will work well in here. I've only fished this once before. We did one night, I think we had a 30 to be fair. So yeah, hopefully we can repeat that. But yeah, we've got 48 hours. We'll see what we can do. Alright guys, so we're at Nash Lake Royston for 2 nights. We've been here about 4 hours now. We just bagged this one. Lovely 32-pound mirror. Just drop that down, show you the other side. What a lump. We're in Little Bay swim. Still got basically a whole session to go, so hopefully we'll bag a few more. But we'll get this one back out, get this one back in the water, and then see if we can bag another one. Well, couldn't have asked for a better start really. Off the mark with that 32-pound banger. The sun's out now, but it's still raining. It's meant to die off about 7 o'clock. So hopefully it does. But if not, we'll stick it out still. But yeah, buzzing with that mirror. Hopefully we can bag another one or two. If not, I'd be happy with just that, to be fair. But yeah. I'll quickly show you the rig I had it on. So it's just a little slip D combi with a bottom bait with just a pop-up corner on it, just so it sits above the hook, just like that. And that's tied slip D with an all bright knot, and just some 15-pound fluorocarbon down to a little kicker. Yeah, it does me the bites wherever I take it really. It's a good rig that. But yeah, we're gonna we'll get some bait on, we'll get some food on, cook some dinner, and we'll get back to you. £34 Nash Royston Lakes monster. What an absolute banger. Tripping up to a solid bag as usual. Little faithful German rig inside. the wafter. Drop it down, show the other side. Just move that sling out of the way. Spin it round. We've still basically got 2 nights left of the session as well, so hopefully we can bag a few more. Especially if they're coming like this. Yeah. The rod's back out now. You get this one back. Hopefully it screams off again. Right, so as that rain stopped, we're going to quickly redo that middle rod, as I didn't really like the drop we got on it. So I thought I'd just take this opportunity to show you my solid bag. It's probably nothing you haven't seen before, but I might as well. So let's grab a solid. I use these little Avid yellow compressor solid bag things. Quite handy, to be fair. Pop the solid bag over the top, like that. And then my setup for the solid bag, just a German rig, and some Avid pin down, and then just one of my own leads, Hustler's lead shed, 4-ounce flat bag lead. But I'm fishing snags over there, so I do drop the lead. Obviously normally I wouldn't drop the lead, to be fair, but as I'm fishing the snags over there I will drop the lead. But yeah, I'll quickly show you how to tie it up. Just quickly drop a tiny bit in the bottom. Just enough, not too much probably. As you can see there. Then I'll go lead first. Make sure that's tucked nicely at the back. The hook bait's round it, so you can see that. Lead's at the back. Shimmy that into place. Then your hook bait's just hanging there. Just move that round to the front. Pull your leader or whatever you're using to the back there. And then just top up the bag until the lead disappears. Like that. Then drop your hook bait in. Take your little tool off. And I'm quite particular with this, so I like to make sure my hook link's at the back of the bag, not around the leader like that. So that's nice and clear of the leader. And I hold the hook bait and the hook. So I've got the ring swivel in my hand, not between the 2 fingers, and I slide it down into the bag. Like so. Slide it down. Just being careful of that hook point. If you've got any big bits near the hook point, just try move them away, because I use a lot of boilie crumb in mine. Don't really get that problem if you use pellet. You just nestle that hook bait in, so you end up with the hook bait on top like that. And top it up with a bit more. Grab that, give it a little squeeze down. Just nice and tight, give it a tap. Get a bit more in there, so I'll put a little bit more on top. Just pull the bag out. And what I'll do is I'll twist it. So you're getting everything in your twist whilst you push. Push it all down tight. can lick and stick if you want, but I just find PVA tape the tightest. Put the PVA tape underneath and go 1, 2, 3. Always wrap downwards, it makes the bag even tighter. Just nick that off. And just tie a couple of granny knots in that PVA tape. Three granny knots. So you end up with a solid and your little hook bait on top, your orange hook bait or whatever you're using. Then what I do is I just trim the 2 tags of the tape, just to neaten it all off. Pull your leader out of the way, slip down the bag there, and put it back that way. Slip that off, throw it in the bin. Neaten that up a little bit. Stick the corners. You don't really need to do this unless you're fishing deep water, but I just like to do it for extra security. Just one. Push it right in. You pull any access out of the bag then as well. Just give it a little look in the corner, hold it. And then yeah, and you got your flat solid bag with your little hook bait just in the top. As it stopped raining for a minute, I thought I'd just show you the swim properly. This is where you have your rods. This is where you land your fish. You get this little bay, hence the name Little Bay. You've got a nice reed margin. So you are in a corner of the lake. But you do get this little bit down here as well, which is excellent. Yeah, I'll quickly take you, show you the swim properly. You also get a cracking little stalking spot with this. Let me just go and show you that quickly. You can go top of the swim. There's the swim. So just walk along the top. Got a cracking little stalking spot. I'm just fishing to the end of the trees from my swim, but you're actually allowed to come down and stalking these trees here and these bushes. So I'm just fishing just off the end of here, off this reed bed, just down here from the swim. You can indeed come down here. There's a little bit. You can just go down. A bit wet. So that's a cracking little stalking spot. Let's be careful because I'm fishing under here, sort of from the swim. So yeah, this is a little stalking spot. We fish this side, but from the open side, from this side here. Fishing just down here. You're allowed to stalk in here. It's a cracking little stalking spot. I imagine you definitely have a few in here, as I've been having them off just the tip of the trees out there. If I had my 6-foot rods, I might give it a go. That's what you need really under here, 6-foot rod and you'll be away. But yeah, the wind's hacking in now, so still got 48 hours, 24 hours left, so fingers crossed we bag another one. Third fish of the session. Fell to that solid bag we made earlier. Well, last night. It's our first light now. Just get him up if he's good, show you him. Lovely common. Beautiful fish. So we've still got the whole of tonight and a little bit of tomorrow to go. So, lovely little common. Close to that peach and pepper wafter. We're getting back, see if we can bag a few more. So, quick update for you. Since we had that comment at first light, we've had nothing else since then. It's now getting on to the evening. It's like, what's the time now? 6 o'clock, half 6. Yeah, it's half 6. So, yeah, we're getting there now. It's losing light. But fingers crossed, we've seen one or two show off that reed bed. We've got a rod on it. But yeah, fingers crossed we bag another one before we have to pack up in the morning. But yeah, if I have anything else for the night, guys, I'll catch up with you. If not, we'll I'll update you in the morning. Full fish of the session, guys. Let's turn it into a good one. Rod's back out on the old spot. Spot's rocking. Lovely little common. Pristine condition. Just give him a bit of water. Get him up. Little angry one for the camera. Yes, it's about 10:30 now. I just had this one, so hopefully we can get a few more through the night. We're off at 10 tomorrow, so yeah, we've got exactly 12 hours. See what we can do. Alright guys, so on the last leg now. Last half hour to go. Everything's packed away, apart from the rods. Didn't have any more fish last night after that common, but we got done on the left hand rod. In that bay there's a shelf that's just in there, right in that gap. It's probably only 1.5 foot wide, but it's about 7 foot deep, and obviously I've been fishing on there. I think last night I got dumped by a trailer because it pulled me off the shelf. I thought it was a savage liner, but I'd never come out and checked it, which is silly really. And when I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to finally check it, it was, yeah, it had been done fully. And it was at the bottom of the shelf, so yeah, the solid bag was probably all tangled at the bottom, so I redone that this morning at 5 o'clock. But we've had nothing since. But yeah, still half hour to go. Hopefully we can get a ripper before we go. So, that's a wrap, guys. All packed up now, seems all clean. About to head off. Yeah, buzzing with the session. 4 fish, 2 30s, can't complain at that. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more content.